Okay, I am standing outside of 35 Valle Vista Way, looking out towards the south. Is that right? West-ish. Yeah, still challenged by directions. So I have true perspective on right now. I am going to go ahead and pan out so I can get more of this, but it's got some really beautiful landscaping lines. They'll need to stay on top of this, especially since we're at the latter part of the season and it still probably has about 4 to 6 weeks of grow season left. But it is quite lovely actually, and they've done a really good job softening the lines of this with curvature and multiple exterior material with stucco and stacked brick. It's not traditional brick, but certainly stacked brick. But they've got some really great perennial lines in here, and so you just would want to stay on top of that if you're not in town to make sure that it doesn't get away from you. But it is really pretty and very private. And if you'll see, this is the first house into the subdivision, as I mentioned before, and as you look up, you'll see the houses that kind of sit up and above. So this is sitting lower than most of the other houses, if not all of the other houses in the neighborhood. And if you look there, let me pan in, that's Giggling Gulch / College Drive. College Drive again at Florida and down in town, and then when it's on this mesa, it's called Giggling Gulch Road. Goeglein is how that is spelled. So, but you got the porte-cochere here for your guests when you're having people over, and a lot of coverage from that road. Now, when you're outside, you do have road noise up front. That lessens when you're on the other decks and whatnot because of how the directional facing that they are. And when you're inside the house, you can't hear anything. So you've got some landscaping spots here and there, like here to highlight this rock. My guess is this rock was part of the blast whenever they did the excavation of this. And that's what they built that on. It's actually kind of cool. And then it has the accent lighting. And we're gonna head on inside. So this is a fantastic door. It's got, dimension to it because you've got the metal framework, and then the glass behind the framework has some shadow box depth. You see that, as we call it. And then it accents both the sides as well, so that you can open it up for air should you choose to. But you enter into this foyer. You got 2 side lights. Those enter or open up as well. And then, hi. It's got some vaulting going on. It carries the brick accenting through into the house, but then it also talks to, see the color variations in the floor? Well, it all kind of talks to each other, so you don't have these stark contrasts. It all blends really well. The color of the house is, it looks more yellow there. It's kind of more tannish. It's got some green tones in the tan, which is causing that yellow when the sun hits it. But it is relatively neutral. This wall here is used, so now we're entering into the home, and you've got the spotlight mirror or sconced mirror access. And you look to the left. That's that hallway we're talking about. And these things are exactly that. These are display alcoves. The gallery alcoves is what they're talking, or what they refer to them as. And you've got your eyebrow windows, I call, to let that outside light in. So those are great for display. This would be a great spot to display a nice piece of art. And of course that's the dining room, but I'm gonna do this first, and then that's basically the hallway. As we get further into it, when we talked about it looking like two different sections of a house, that back there to the far area there is what they refer to as the bridge. And the bridge takes you into the master bedroom and the lower level dynamics. So here we are. So I am, let me reorient again, standing in the foyer, right at the edge into the hallway. And so as we come in, directly to the right is that powder room. And relatively simple, just needs some art. Lots of mirror there. Little commode, cabinet. Looking back out into that living room. Again, you've got the joist and beam work on the ceiling up here, so it really is quite striking in here. And then you have the curvature of this wall with more gallery alcoves. And then we'll walk into the hallway, kind of connecting that kitchen dining area to the living room. And there's that bar in the living room. So I'm gonna walk forward out onto this deck. And kind of, it's overlooking town. It's looking at the La Platas. We're looking at Animas, Perrins, Hogsback. The view can't get much better. And then over in that corner over there, let me do true perspective. That's about true. Is the Animas Valley with needles, so forth and so on, and the twilights over there. So this is true. And this is just fantastic deck area and living space, outdoor living space. Over where that fireplace is, and let me give you, so now that the perspective is skewed a bit, so that is now true. That's where the dining room is too. So this circulates really well from an entertainment standpoint. And then down below, when you look at that road down below, that's Florida Road. Actually, that's College Drive going back down to Florida Road, which is over there. You see a car going by in that far distance, and then we see this is College. The car is going down. So I remember when this house went up, and it was quite the engineering feat considering the challenges of the lot itself. The infrastructure here is no joke. There has to be, I mean, the engineering had to be a mini fortune to start with because of the slope of the lot they had to deal with. But that's how they got so much drama. And you kind of look down and they've got decking, and like I said, they've done a lot of screening with the landscaping. Of course, these leaves on these aspens will drop, but your views will be more dramatic at that point, except you'll just have more traffic noise. So they did that. They lined out all those ponderosa pines and then the aspens to do a lot of screening here to mitigate the impact of the neighborhood and that road to the best of their ability. So now I'm standing on the corner of the deck, looking forward. So there's the corner of the house, and I'm doing this on purpose too, so you can hear the traffic in the background as well. Get some exterior sound. And then back in we go. Alrighty. So now living room. So this little ditty here, that looks like they might have had like a small little breakfast table, or a friend of mine had it set up that way in Houston, where she had a small little table, two very comfortable upholstered chairs, and whenever I went to see her, I would just, that was my perch. And, they didn't really use it to eat as much as to sit and visit, but you could actually get rid of that completely and just do a sitting area there or, you know, or change out the pendants, because there's the actual access. It'd hang in that corner from an accenting standpoint. And then also, a lot of these blinds are mechanical or motorized, so it's really easy to get them up and down and have privacy and manage where the sun is. So that's about true from where I'm standing right now. So let me give you the different room vantage point perspectives. So looking back to the living room, into the kitchen, to the bar, back to the hallway, and foyer entry. And then same thing, now I'm in the other corner, giving you that perspective of what you're looking like there. Those clear stories really make a difference too. So your have-tos or want-tos here are gonna be mitigating the red ceiling, figuring out what to do with the kitchen and the red cabinets in the bathroom. So if we go over here, down this little pathway, we have another little access to the deck. Its own little cigar deck, or smoking deck as we used to call them. And that's all by itself. And see, look at that arch there for the bridge. Yeah, no joke over there. And that's probably for some drainage and drama, since it's on a hill. And back in we go. So on this fireplace, you've got, it's not dual-sided, the fireplace itself, but of course the boxes are definitely backing up to each other. This, I would say, is your den or office, but you know, you could have two, so you could each have one, but this could be the sitting nook, reading area. This would be my office. The other one's nice, I would be up here. Or in here, I should say. But again, great den, and those are indeed gas inserts. That's a gas insert in that particular fireplace. And this circles all the way right back around here, where you either pop out into the hallway, and then you have built-in displays, by the way. Pops out into the hallway, or you're just circulating right back into the living area. So peninsula and island into this kitchen. Sub-zero refrigerator there. And then you've got the Millet or Miley, I never really know how to pronounce that. Warming drawer, microwave. Is that a wolf? That's a wolf. Everything you would expect to be in a kitchen of this caliber. Another Sub-zero, one of those is the refrigerator, one of them is the freezer. I'm guessing that's the refrigerator, and this one over here I just showed you is the freezer. Dishwasher. The great thing about these cabinets is that it's all drawers, and I don't, on this at least here, and I don't know about you, but I have drawers at home and I love them. Then you have this little bitty here, which just kind of lifts up for there. And then this is when washing dishes is no big deal, because you're just staring at Parents' Peak. And let me give you true. That's true. And so in this kitchen, of course, you've got the water dispenser by the wolf. You're looking back through there, back into the living area. It all talks to each other really, really well. And of course, the windowscaping they did in here really highlights all those views. So if you come back this way, look at those warming racks there under warming lights. I'll come make you guys dinner. Here's another little desk nook if you need something there. And then you wrap it into food storage here, but then there's another butler's pantry on the other side. So the kitchen isn't lacking for storage. This could be a great little office space as well. There's your garbage. Oh, I think that's, I think that's one of those, do you put the pot on there and it starts up automatically? I'd have to look into what that actually was. Warming drawer, which makes this, oh, a little toaster oven. That's what that is. Oh, microwave. More storage here. Let me give you the perspective by the freezer. Yep. Oh, that's a refrigerator. Oh, that's a freezer. Never mind. It says -5. Hence the name Sub-Zero. There's the view there. There's your dumbwaiter. And this is that other pantry here. So this is a great butler's pantry to utilize when you have big family gatherings. And then you have little alcoves here for decorative art display. You got a nice closet, storage closet here. And that has access to the side access point to this entertainment deck area where that fireplace was. And then, yeah, these are acting as your china cabinet slash sideboards, all your storage for all your goodies. You know, you're gonna have all your serving pieces in there. Go there. This will give us a good perspective of, you know, we're sitting above the garage at this point. So that's going to be part of it. So there's one of the central air condensers. The garage is underneath. So you've got some stairs to climb, right? So it lives on the main level, but you still have access issues. And by the way, the laundry is downstairs as well by the bedrooms. So there's probably some things you'd want to take into consideration with that from an access standpoint. And I thought I found a closet that looks like it's wide enough to accommodate an elevator. If you wanted to, you know, retro that in. Let me give you true. That's true. Okay. All right, so that's that. I'm going to mosey on back the hallway. See, nothing dead ends, which is really, really cool. And then we can go down this area. So this is more utilitarian than anything. We've got, you know, dog washing sink here. So do that, dog washing sink. And then this could easily be laundry as well. They don't have it set up for that, but this could be laundry. But either way, you're going up and down some stairs. And then we have this unfinished area here. So that goes back to that dynamic of, you know, you have more square footage than you really want. What you're going to be living on is what you wanted, but you're going to have all this extra space. But the cool thing here is if you finish it out, then, you know, for the cost of finishing it out, you actually add to your square footage dynamic pretty dramatically. Multiple systems in this house. Dual furnaces, and I thought I saw outside dual AC units. Are your electronic panels. That's IPEX, not Kitech, I believe. So that's good news. Kitech, this house was built, I don't know that they were using Kitech when this house was built, but typically we'd want to check on the orange. The orange is a dead giveaway for a potential problem. So we definitely want to investigate that for sure. Lawsuits involving Kitech plumbing happened, and it was installed a lot in the 90s and early 2000s. It was a favorite used by everybody, but what they discovered is their brass fittings didn't work well with hot water. Cold water was fine, but hot water would deteriorate the brass fittings and then the system would leak. So there's dynamic there, and I will tell you that the vast majority of the systems were fine, but you had enough of a problem. I don't see any lights here. This is just behind that big cinder block chase. More mechanicals over here. I see a light. I just don't see a switch. Anyway, so, and I've sold a lot of houses with Kitech with and without issues. And so it's not something that is insurmountable, but it definitely is something to investigate, consider, and then look at where the risks really are, if there are any, and negotiate accordingly. So coming back here, so those are the steps I came down, point of reference, laundry room, extra storage slash potential living area. So this is really your mudroom, because that's going to be your garage over here. And then here's your 3-car garage. Plenty of room for all the toys. That's gonna go back to that other door. We'll go out here in a minute when I head back out. Got some cabinetry to store, plenty of room, exterior accesses. More systems. So 3 furnaces it looks like in total. Alarm. That's just like the gift that keeps on giving. Oh look, a little hidden away refrigerator, a little beverage refrigerator. Oh, here's your dumbwaiter. Let's play. I might need some more. Oh, and here's your boiler system with water softener and all of that. Oh, so that's what I was looking at in the other door. Okay, so this wraps around. Got it. Okay, so garage mechanicals. Mudroom. Alrighty. Round this little section out. Here's your cedar line storage area. And then more dry and gear storage, food storage, gear storage. On the refrigerator. To the garage.